Guys, I'm the happiest I've been in so long because I just joined a gym. This is literally the reason I'm staying in Dar for 1 month, is just so I can work out a bunch because I miss it so much. It's so good for my mental health and my physical. So yeah, I just got a gym membership for the next month. So I'm gonna be here every single day lifting, seeing how weak I am right now compared to what I'm gonna get to, because I haven't been consistent in the gym since February, since I moved out of my place in Kenya. So I'm so excited. Anyways, catch you later. I don't even know what video I'm going to do next. I have some plans with friends this week. I'm excited to take you guys along, but I just had to give you a little update that I got a gym membership and I'm so stoked. It's like Christmas for me. Alright guys, back in the gym around 2, and I have a little dinner date tonight. Not a date, it's with my friend. Don't freak out. But we're going to go get pizza, and it's like legit wood-fired Italian pizza. So I'll take you guys along for that and maybe introduce you to this friend, because we're going to do some content together, and I'm excited for you guys to meet him because he's really amazing. So I have 2 friends from TZ. Yes, they're both guys, get over it, and they're just friends. Daniel's one of them, and I'll introduce you to the other one likely tonight. But be on your best behavior, because I don't like some of the comments I'm seeing about my friends, and this isn't to everyone, but like, you all are lucky that I'm including you in parts of my life. And I don't vibe with people that talk shit about my friends or are like rude and say rude things. For example, Daniel is my very close friend. We've been friends for 6 years. He's not some social media presence. He's my good friend. And so all my real friends, they don't do social media. Vincent and I are super close, but outside of Vincent, like, I don't really have anyone that I'm close to that does social media. Like, my Yugono and I only met in February, and he's been like a funny friend to hang out with, but like, we're not close in the way that Vincent and I are close. And I have a very small close friend group. You guys have not met almost any of them, so you have to remember that this is like just parts of my life. Gerald was someone I've been very close with, and then who else? Jose from Uganda. But those are like 2 of maybe 5 or 6 people I'm very close with. And then Vincent is definitely a part of that group that I'm really close with as well now. But yeah, like, you know, saying things like Daniel's getting in the way of my Yugono and I, like, Daniel's my friend. Daniel comes before my Yugono, alright? Like, Daniel's my friend for the last 6 years. And Daniel would do anything for me, and I'd do the same for him. So be kind. Like, he's a really amazing person. I wish you guys actually knew the type of person that he was, because he's just a gem. And you guys gotta also remember, the people that you're seeing on social media aren't always who they are in real life. With me, you're gonna get the full side on camera and off camera. My friends can attest to that, but it's not the case with everyone, and I'll just leave it at that. So be kind. If I'm gonna introduce my friends, I want you to be welcoming, and like, they read the comments too, so be nice. Just like my family reads comments too, and it's like, for some of the people saying really hateful things towards me, it's like, you gotta remember, I'm someone's daughter, someone's friend, I'm someone's sister, so be kind. Guys, I almost just drowned. So I was sitting here talking to my friend, I dropped my phone, and it bounced like a cartoon all the way to the ledge. So what did I have to do? I went and ran and grabbed those guys. I said, please watch me so I don't drown. So I had to jump in here, and it's high tide, so I could have got brushed up against the rocks, and somehow my phone is still working. I like the guy who created it. That was crazy. You guys almost lost me for good. Okay guys, I need to tell you this story because now I'm rushing to meet Joseph. But this is like the funniest thing. I just called him. Tell me why he's like my only friend. Actually, both of my Tanzanian friends, they don't run on African time. They're always on time. I think it's because they're highly professional. But, okay, listen to this. So, literally, like, a bolt is on its way here right now. I just need to brush my hair. So I'm talking to my friend Anthony, the one in Rhonda, the producer. He called me. We hadn't FaceTimed in a very long time. Oh, hold on. My Bolt driver's calling me. This is going to be chaotic. Okay, back to this. So, I'm talking to Anthony. And since I was talking to him, I was like, you know what? Like, I talked to him, I talked to Vincent today, and while I'm talking to my friends, I just am like, going over sitting at the cliff where you guys know I like to watch the ocean. Well, it was high tide, my friends. And it wasn't a time where you would ever be permitted to swim. There was no one in the water, and people don't really swim around there anyways, because, you know, it's called literal sea cliff. That's the location. So anyways, I'm talking to Anthony. I went and sat pretty close to the edge of the cliff, but not to where like I could fall in or anything. So what do? Be a klutz. I'm talking to him holding the phone. The phone slipped through my hand. It was like a movie. It literally bounced like boop, 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 boop. And I'm like reaching for it like, no. So Anthony's like on the phone, taking a swim all of a sudden. So then I was like, oh my gosh. Like I literally looked down. It's like in water that would come up to here. I couldn't see it, but I knew where-ish it would have landed. And the tide was high, the water was rough, so I was like, I can't get my phone. So instantly I'm like, I guess I might have to leave it. I don't really know. And so I run down the steps. There's like some like natural stair, kind of natural looking anyways, natural stair looking things. And I'm like trying to look for my phone. There's like slippery coral that I'm walking on. Ooh, this is like an adrenaline rush, I'm telling you, because that phone is expensive. I have like one of the newest iPhones. I had invested in that because I knew I would be doing YouTube and stuff instead of a camera, because I was like, let's not get that serious yet. So I was like, let me just have a really quality phone. So anyways, I see this lady up above and she's looking at me, and I was like, hey, can you like just keep your eyes on me? My phone just went in the water in case I drown. And I was like, you know, I have to get it. Like, I don't have an option here. And so she's like, oh, okay. Clearly does not understand what I'm saying. And so then I'm like looking. Finally, I spot it. It's out a ways, like from where I'm going to be touching land to the area I have to swim to. And so I was like, great. And there's all these big waves smashing up against the rocks that I'm on. I even got splashed in the face, and I was like, all right, like this is a choice. It's like a survival situation. Like if I go in, I have to be very aggressive with my swimming, running in the water up to here, and I have to be very quick with it and hope that like a giant wave doesn't come and smash me against the rocks. And so I'm like waiting, and then I'm like, this lady clearly isn't getting it. And so I was like, oof, if something does happen, I'm not gonna have any help. Like if I get knocked out by a wave, no one's gonna come get me if I'm drowning. So then I yell up to the lady, I said, do you see a man around? And she's like, oh, I don't know. Doesn't know what I'm saying. So I run up the stairs. Mind you, here we are now. A few minutes in, my phone's just chilling in the ocean. And I could see it, but I was like, it's gonna totally float away here soon. And so I sprint up the stairs, sprint through the parking lot. I'd seen a group of like security guard guys when I was walking to the cliff. So I run over to them and I said, do you guys know how to swim? And they're like, oh, swimming's that way. I was like, no. And they didn't speak English. So I was like trying to pretty much do like sign language. I was like, no, my phone, it's in the water. I need to swim and get it. Can you swim? Can you come? Like, come watch me. So then one of the guys caught on and he goes, oh, okay. And then he sprints with me to the ocean. I give one of them my headphones. I'm like, I'm going in, just hold these. He starts to put them in his ears and he goes, oh, nice. I was like, okay, whatever. Anyways, so I go down the stairs and now all the guys came. So instead of just the 2 or 3 that I was talking to, it's like 6 or 7 grown men. Probably most are older than me, way bigger than me. Probably don't know how to swim. I don't really know because they did not seem too keen about getting near the water. And I was like, I walk as close as I can to the point where I'm gonna have to jump off into the water. Do that, jump off into the water, and they're like, oh my gosh. And then I'm like going to my phone as fast as I can to pick it up. And I start running back, like, you know, as much as you can in the water and kind of swimming. It was like a half swim, half run because I could touch, but the water was up to here. I was in my shoes, my leggings, and my tank top that I wore to work out. And I like clicked the screen and the screen's on and I was like, yes. And so I got out of the water and they're like, it's still working. And they're like, they're all wanting to see my phone. Wow, your phone is so amazing. Wow, wow. And they're so amazed that I jumped in and they're like, are you okay? So now I know every time I go over to the cliff, which you guys know I like going there, now I'm probably going to get some sort of weird, funny salute because they thought I was just a beast pretty much, which I was. I will say, like, this could have been a really bad thing. It was very not safe. Like, the tide was high, the waves were brushing against the rocks, and I was like, okay. Like, I really had the thought, I'm gonna just have to leave it. I can't go, it's not safe. Because there was no way to get into the water without jumping in, and then, anyways. So that's what happened today. So I called Joseph just now. I said, I smell like a sea cucumber, let me shower. He's, of course, 20 minutes early. I don't know why. Who does that in Africa? Anyways, none of my friends are on time, by the way, and it's like a stigma, stereotype thingy that they're all late. So, anyways, showered really quick, going to meet Joseph. We're getting pizza, and just had to share that story with you guys. So that was my fun little tidbit of the day. Now we gotta get a bite, go get pizza. Okay, I already prefaced with who you are, by the way.
Boy, who am I?
You're my very successful, kind friend that saved me from a robbery. Okay, guys, so we got our pizza, and I'm eating speck, which is like prosciutto, so be proud, I'm eating meat. And this is Joseph. Wait, people do call you Joseph, right?
Yeah, some people do.
What do other people call you?
I guess.
I've been saying that all wrong.
Yeah.
I've been saying like Kimago. Kimagele. Oh. Okay, they call you by your last name.
Yeah, Joseph is fine too.
Okay, so this is my friend Joseph. He saved me when I was robbed. We can tell the story another time. But I told him we have to try this pizza place, and he wanted chicken, and now we're eating pizza with pickles on it. So I want to see you eat this.
I'm definitely
like, wow.
excited about this.
You are?
Yeah.
You like pickles?
Definitely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I've told them you have a gold mining company and that you've traveled a bit and that we hadn't seen each other in a very long time, but it's very seamless.
And I'm down to save people on robberies.
You're down to what?
Saving people getting robbed.
Yeah, that's his specialty, is saving people from being robbed. I mean, you didn't really save me, you just were dealing with the aftermath of my trauma. I was like crying. I never cry. This guy saved me for real. Anyways, he was my piece that night back in 2019, so we've stayed in touch ever since. That's how we met. He's the one who helped me deal with my little robbery situation. You're gonna have to tell me how that is.
It's good.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, I'll try. So we're eating pizza with pickles. This is Joseph, my very good friend. And people always criticize me because I have more guy friends than girlfriends. So here's another guy friend for you guys. I already was like, chill out. If you have comments, I don't care. Okay. What should they know about you? Give me like, outside of your career, which is very interesting, 3 fun facts. Since I'm gonna be making videos with you. Also maybe like what things we're gonna do together.
Well, I really love sports cars.
Yeah.
I love trying dangerous things.
You like them too much.
Maybe a little bit.
He goes a little wild with the sports cars. Okay, what else?
I love trying, probably not push it as far as you're doing, definitely. You know, like,
Me.
yeah, like I wouldn't jump off a cliff and...
You wouldn't jump off a cliff to save your phone?
Yeah.
You'd let the phone float away? Okay, what else?
I'll probably be sure about that.
Yeah.
On the waves and stuff, but yeah, I want to do scuba diving.
Okay.
You've done that.
I have done that, yeah.
So at least you can share some bits and pieces with me.
Yeah.
But I really want to go like very deep.
Yeah? Okay. I would do it.
I want to go back to painting. I really miss stuff.
Yeah.
I want to reconnect with the art.
That's one thing I think we had in common when we first met. So he's super artistic. I'll have to show you guys his paintings, though you don't have any with you, do you? Okay, but he's very good at painting, specifically female figures mostly is what I saw. But he's very, yeah, artsy. Okay, what else? One other thing. Sorry, I know I'm putting you on the spot with your food in your mouth.
multitasking. I mean, the pizza is very delicious.
Yeah. I told them you're on time and it's really disgusting. Like, what is that?
Come on.
You're like early. What is that? None of my friends are early here.
I guess because I do meetings a lot, so you always have to be early.
So he's my most professional friend, is how we're gonna sum it up. Pretty much. You and Daniel, actually. You're the only two friends that I have in East Africa that are on time. All the time. Or early.
Oh,
It's quite phenomenal, actually. I need to like get on your level now because I've adjusted to the African. I told him I need to shower because I smell like a sea cucumber, so I was a little bit late. So, okay. We like it?
okay.
I gotta try this too. What are maybe a couple things that you and I could do together that they're gonna get to see?
Why don't we just let it organically happen? I don't know.
It'll be a surprise. He has some good ideas that we've talked about actually. So, okay, I'm gonna try these pizzas. That one looks a little, I don't know how to feel. Okay. So guys, the craziest thing happened last night. After I got pizza with Joseph, we were walking down the road. There was a bike driver that started coming towards us and I was like, oh, he's probably like trying to pass. So I thought he was gonna drive in front of me, but he comes very close to me and then grabs this and just starts pulling. I was so in shock. I literally just grabbed the bag and like pulled it back and he kept driving, but it was freaking scary, guys. I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you more about this later. Okay guys, story time. Yeesh. Today and yesterday have been a day. So I didn't expect for all these things to happen, obviously, and make a video about this, but I just thought I'd share it because it was crazy. So last night when I was walking with Joseph outside the pizza place, I had walked there one other time by myself, and I will say I felt kind of scared. But, like, I kept, putting my head over my shoulder. But since I was with a guy, I was like, it's probably fine. Like, this area is safe. It is, at least during the day. And so we're walking. He's on the side of the road. I'm on the side of whatever, like, I don't know. We're passing several things. Restaurants, places where people sell plants, but it was dark, but it wasn't that late. It was like 9. And so, anyways, I'm going to tell you guys this story. So, in a way that it makes sense, let me just show you. Let's see. We'll do this. I love these lights. These are like my favorite kind of lights. Future husband, I want these modern fixtures. Okay, so we're walking. Wait, let me get my prop. Lululemon, if you want to sponsor me. Okay, so we're walking. I have pants, hoodie, this right here, like this. Walking, whatever. Stupid thing. And anyways, this bike guy, he starts coming towards us, like from this little, I wouldn't call it an alley, but like it was just a little dirt patch. So there were 2 guys here just sitting, chilling, talking when they were harmless. Then this bike guy starts coming slowly, like as if he's about to, maybe he was sitting here taking a break. Now he's gonna get on the road. Like typically they're all gathered just chilling till they get a ride. So he starts coming slowly and I'm thinking maybe he's about to go in front of us, but he's getting awfully close and like, I'm a very hyper aware person. So I am like watching him get closer and I'm, hearing the bike get closer, so I keep turning. Maybe my bag was a little more like this. Still, like, does this say, hey, come grab me, like a purse does? No. So we're walking, and then he gets really close to me with his bike, so like right here, and then he just grabs this. He grabs this, kind of gets a piece of my sweatshirt and starts pulling. And I don't know what the heck is going on, so I just go like this and pull it back. And then he probably would have fallen off the bike because he was slowly moving the bike because he was going to try to like drive, grab this, go. He was not about to stop because there's Joseph right here, these two random guys right here who were not messing with us either. So it's like, you're gonna be outnumbered, bro, if you are about to get off your bike or fall off your bike. So he's like trying to get it, can't get it. I grab it, pull it away. Even the guys right there are like shocked. So I think he was just waiting for people in that little area. Anyways, I know that might sound minor to some of you, and to some of you it might sound like a really big deal, I don't know, but I will say it made my heart start beating so fast after that. Like, you know, there's 4 responses to traumatic events or like violating events: freeze, fight, flight, fawn. My response is typically freeze, and that is because sometimes things happen where I'm like so in shock, I think, because I would never do the same thing to someone, so I can't even fathom how that just happened. But even Joseph was like, I've never seen anything like that. That's so crazy how that just happened. I was like, leave it to me. You're gonna see a lot of things when you walk around with me. So then, get this. That was gonna be the end of this video, but something crazier happened today. So today, you guys will see this in the next video, but I have a subscriber here who reached out to me and was like, I really want to meet you, learn more about your culture. I'd love to get to know you. I watch your videos all the time. Can we hang out? Like, whatever. And so I was like, sure. So now you guys will know I made it out alive. But I know it's concerning that I just met up with a stranger. But anyways, it was great. I'm really glad that I did it. And towards the end of our day together today, we went, so yesterday was when I dropped my phone off a cliff, have to jump in the ocean with all my clothes. Then I almost get robbed last night. Then Dad said bad things come in 3s. The third thing came today. So we get juice at the end of our day, and I just paid with a card, thinking I don't want to use cash. Well, I said, I don't need a receipt because, hello, I just paid for juice. Like, I don't need a receipt. So then the manager comes up to me at the end and he goes, hey, so I think you reached your limit. And I'm like, what? Like, I was like, no, I didn't. This card works all the time. And he's like, no, see, he meant they exceeded the amount. So my juice was supposed to be 15,000 Tanzanian shillings, which is about $5. They charged me 15 million Tanzanian shillings. I'm not joking. I know this sounds crazy. I have the receipt in my bag. So, and it went through. So it charged my card 5,700 USD for juice. Of course, as he is saying all this to me, I was like, what the literal... My poor subscriber got to see all of this. I was like, oof, you're going to get to see another side of me right now, because typically I'm very calm, but this is not a calm moment. Like, my 5,000 some dollars is about to come out of my account because someone accidentally pressed too many zeros when they charged me for juice. Even the girl was like, sorry. I said, sorry, normally I'm very kind and I wouldn't be so irritated with you, but like, $5,000 doesn't, you don't get just a sorry for that one. And they're like, we're just gonna have to deal with this tomorrow. That's when our accountant's in. It has to hit the bank account first, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, they kept saying, just trust us. We'll give you your money tomorrow. I said, I don't trust you. Like, why would I trust you? First of all, you just charged my account 5,000 USD for juice. Almost 6,000 if we're rounding up. So anyways, that's been my day. So now I've been having to deal with my bank, and you can't dispute a claim until it's already hit the account. So since it's pending, I have to wait. So my lovely Joseph, I called him up, since he's a business owner here and he's one of my actually financially wise friends. Not saying some aren't, but some are not in the same place, and he's in a very good place. call him up because I'm like, he'll know how to freaking deal with this. Because they were giving me the runaround, and it's like the manager at the restaurant, I asked him to write me a statement so I could show my bank for proof, and I wanted his name, and he goes, I can't do that. He was scared of losing his job. And I was like, you're telling me to trust you and you can't even write your name on a paper? Like, okay. And then he takes me up to this office. My subscriber's with me the whole time. You'll see him tomorrow or whenever I drop the video. He takes me up to this office, and I said, no. I literally said to Pews is his name, Pews. I was like, do you think this is safe? And he goes, 50-50. And I was like, yeah, no. So I stopped in my tracks, and I was like, bring the guy down here. I don't want to go up to that office. And he goes, no, you're safe. Nothing's going to happen. Trust me. He said it again. I said, I don't trust you. And he goes, I know. And I was like, no, this isn't cool. There's nothing about trusting someone who just took so much of my money. And then you guys are telling me, sleep it off. We'll fix it in the morning. No way. Like I said, you know, like I feel like the second I'm going to leave here, you guys are not going to make this right. And whatever. And so I ended up dealing with manager of accounts or whoever was upstairs. And I'm telling you, you know how annoying it is to look young? It's annoying. Because I've dealt with this in the U.S. as well in my job. There will be, won't name drop here, but there will be men who are extremely condescending towards me, and women actually, women especially. But there have been men in positions of power in my career where they're just very condescending. You know, people look at me and they're like, she's young, so she doesn't have the education or experience that we have. Little do they know that I oftentimes have more education than they do, and a lot more experience a lot of times. It's just so frustrating because the way that these men were talking to me was like, especially the higher up one, you know, he was saying, so he said, come tomorrow, we'll take you to the bank and we'll reimburse you with cash. I said, I don't want 15 million Tanzanian shillings. What am I going to do with that? Like, I do not intend to buy a house or property. So like like that just makes me a target to get mugged. I literally said to him, that's the same as me walking around with a flyer saying, rob me. And he was like, well, I don't really know what to say. And he started getting frustrated with me. And I was like, this is a you problem. Like, you guys did this. Make it right. It shouldn't be that you're giving me cash that now I'm going to have to pay the exchange rate for your mistake for my money. Like, I literally asked, I said, can you void or cancel this? Like, that's what you would do in the U.S. He's like, he got irritated when I brought up America. So there's some sort of baggage there. But I was like, he's like, you know, in really developed countries, maybe you can cancel or void, but here you can't. And I was like, I didn't know if he's feeding me a line of shit. So I called Joseph, and Joseph was like, yeah, they're not going to be able to cancel or void it. But he goes, he agreed. It's a line of shit that they're saying they can only give me cash. He was like, that's ridiculous. So I put him on the phone with the manager, and Joseph's like, no, you guys can't be doing that. You know that's not right. Like, you should be able to send it back to your account. This is how you're going to do it. Like, walking him through it. And he's like, well, I don't know. We'll talk in the morning. You're wasting your time to call your bank because your first option is to cancel the charge. And I am like, he was just being really condescending. So anyways, Montana VIP Lounge. Ugh. I have to go back there tomorrow. I'm going with Joseph, though. I'm bringing my big guns in regards to my person that's going to handle business. Sheesh. But yeah, we went to Montana VIP Lounge. Highly would not recommend. Normally I wouldn't just shit on a facility, but the fact that I got charged 5,000 USD instead of 5 is insane. Like, that's not a mistake. I literally am like, I know that the manager clearly thought it was a mistake because he's the one that brought it to my attention. I had no idea. But the rest of them, it's like, how do you make that mistake? How do you enter 3 more zeros? And then you go, sorry. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was so stressed. I will say, on a positive note, sorry, I don't want to add stress to any of your days because I'll figure it out like I always do. But then I come back, get a smoothie. The cafe nearby is really cute, and the manager and I pretty much share a name. He's really sweet. So anyways, he's like, how's your day? And I told him, oh, well, this just happened. And then he was like, oh, well, This one's on me. So anyways, people were still nice today. It wasn't all bad, but hoy, the last 48 hours, wowza, man. Like, insane. You know, I always say that I think I'm unlucky, but then people say, actually, I think you're lucky. I will say, the fact that my phone's still working after it spent 5 minutes in the drink, I somehow didn't drown or get smashed up against the rocks. I did not get robbed, even though I almost did. And then the money thing is yet to be concluded, but God is greater, and I know that there's no freaking way I'm gonna get not reimbursed for $5,000. Oh, I felt like a knife in the chest. Anyways, like and subscribe. We'll see what disasters I get into the rest of the week. Just kidding. We're gonna hope it comes with good things and 3's now. Like, subscribe. See you guys in the next video.